I'm at war with YouTube. Let me tell you what I mean. How could things go so horribly wrong? So earlier this year, I made the decision I had been kind of weighing out in my mind for so long. And that decision was to start my own YouTube channel. In the beginning, it was just me, a camera I already had, and a computer. I knew that this year was gonna be a really, really big transition for me. I was gonna be moving from America, a place that I'd lived my entire life, to Australia. And I wanted to document that entire process. In the beginning, I had no idea what was coming. There were emotional videos that I was creating. There were things that I was processing as I was editing these things together. I had to say goodbye to my whole family. I had to spend the last few days that I had in America with the people that I knew. And in the beginning, it was not much deeper than that. I really wanted to tell stories that I already had happening in my life, and maybe the ones that I had wanted to tell for some time. But something else along that process started to happen. From the very first day I started my YouTube channel, there were 2 progression bars that were displayed in my YouTube studio on the back end of my channel. Those 2 progress bars represented 2 huge milestones that seemed somewhat unattainable. These 2 progress bars were what you had to fill in order to become a partner in YouTube. Partnership means that you could actually get paid to make videos on YouTube. The thing that was required to fill those 2 progress bars was 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers is a massive amount of people. It's a massive amount of people to not only watch a video, to sign up so that when I post a video, it shows up on their device. The second milestone I needed to hit in order to make money on YouTube was 4,000 watch hours. 4,000 hours is 166.6 days. That is so many people watching so much of my videos. And just like that, there was this thing, there was this drive, there was this desire that had never been there before, and thus began my addiction to these 2 goals. Week after week after week, month after month after month, I was obsessed. I was editing a video so I could get it uploaded, so I could edit a thumbnail, so I could make a title that could capture more people and more of you so that I could achieve these 2 goals, so that I could make money doing something that I love. I would record, edit, publish, check the count. Record, edit, publish, check the count. Record, edit, publish, check the count. I needed to see this thing going up and up and up, and if it wasn't increasing, I needed to make more videos to make sure I was getting closer to these 2 goals being met. Until finally, one day, it happened. I ticked over to 1,000 subscribers and to 4,000 watch hours. Finally, the day had come. Finally, the moment had come where I could make money. I wasn't gonna be making a lot of money, but I was making money on YouTube, something that seems so insanely incomprehensible to me. The moment I had been waiting for, I had worked so hard for so long, had come. I was a YouTube partner. But this is where things go wrong. You see, as soon as I became a YouTube partner, I got the email, I sign up, I fill out all the information, and it says it's pending. I've got a few days before partnership begins. Well, a few days go by and I get the message. I'm a YouTube partner. And now all I need to do is wait for a certain amount of money to be made on my channel, put my tax information in, and then I'll be able to make money. After a month in, I go to do my tax information. What YouTube hadn't told me was my AdSense account was an Australian account. And so I can't put in tax information into YouTube from Australia because I don't have tax information from Australia. Well, I go into my account and I go to change the region from Australia to the United States, and I find out that I have to actually close my AdSense account and create a new account. Easy enough. So I go in, I delete the old account, create a new email, create a new account. Surely now it's all figured out. YouTube doesn't allow you to change your AdSense account for 32 days after creating it. So I had already waited 6 months, and then an extra month, and now 7 months, and now I was going to have to wait another 32 days. Over the entirety of my YouTube channel's young life, I had 1 million impressions and over 100,000 views. And when I went onto my videos, I realized that there were ads running in my video even though I wasn't getting paid for those ads. This just felt like a massive blow to me as a creator. I felt like YouTube had put this thing in front of me to achieve, and they had beat me up for achieving it. And for those next 32 days, I wouldn't upload on YouTube again. I just completely lost sight of what I even wanted to do. I had no motivation anymore. The goal had been achieved, but there was no more incentive for me to keep going from YouTube. I had been given these goals by YouTube and I felt like I had attained them, but the reward that YouTube had offered me seemed to be dangling just out of reach once again. And this is when I began to realize something. I began to realize something that I had not understood in that time, the 6 months I had been doing my YouTube channel. The truth is I had lost sight of what I had originally set out to do. To tell you a story, to bring you along on a journey, and really for me to create in a way that I didn't really feel like anyone else was doing. Why did I spend so many hours creating these videos? Why did I take cameras with me in places that it was inconvenient to take cameras with me? Why did I put my emotional state on the internet for people to watch? What was the real objective and what were the goals that I had given myself from the beginning? And was I achieving them, or was I just reaching out for this goal that YouTube had put out there just for you to keep creating with no real purpose of my own in mind? I had gotten stuck in a loop of trying to obtain a numerical goal without really valuing the story that I was telling. So somewhere in that 32-day period, I just began to stop caring about whether I was gonna make money on YouTube. I mean, it really wasn't a significant amount of money that I was gonna be making anyway. So somewhere along that 32-day period, I began to shift the way I'm thinking about YouTube. I began to get excited again about the stories that I could tell. I began to dream again about the ideas that I could present to you, my audience, and take you along as I try to figure out the answer to these questions or these ideas that I have. And now I truly feel like I'm back to the place where I began. A guy looking to create and tell stories for an audience. I wonder how many times this story is true in other parts of our lives. We spend so much of our lives dedicated to accomplishing so many different things, chasing after our own individual and collective goals and aspirations set for us by society, by our friends, by those who aren't our friends, and even by ourselves. But when was the last time that you thought about why you started? Why did you begin the job that you do? Why did you begin the hobby that you do? Why did you begin doing the thing that you spend so much of your time doing? Was it the money? Was it the recognition? Was it some form of success? I think that so many of us, so often in our lives, are missing out or maybe ignoring the cues that we have to tie us to the reasons we began the things that we love to do. I wonder what it would be like if you and I could go back to the beginning, where we just began because we had a genuine love to do it. What would you do if there were no outside goals in mind? It was just you and the things you're passionate about doing?